A new day dawns? Not really a dawn if there's no sun, you know? It's a bit sad. So, I was thinking about like, I've noticed this before in a previous episode that I wanted to make a little area to really stockpile our small grid components in a warehouse to just make sure that we have a little bit more coherency in what we're doing, because this is just a junkyard right now. Just have like a whole pile of like ion thrusters, small grids in one area, and some batteries, some O2H2 generators, just to get everything a little bit more streamlined. And I was thinking about like, is this interesting to watch? I'm not sure, but to be fair, I think most of this game is quite chill, at least the way I play. So I think I'll just upload it, and if people like it, then the episode with some more action is the one afterwards. So I was working on trying to get the parts of what's happening over here. This is loose. That's why. Oh yeah, this was that weird block that I didn't manage to take over somehow. This thing. Oh, it's just to keep me. Yes. So, just try to get out. Destroy all the small combat. These parts will lose their. Grid unfriendly. I still don't understand why that grid's. Why I couldn't just take over this grid. Like it just nowhere says that transfer. Block transfer. Nope. Don't know. I don't know. At least what we're gonna do is focus on this for now, because I was working on the large grid ship, the potential rear of the ship, the one over there, and oh yeah, I still haven't installed the medical room. Will I ever install the medical room? You will never find out. The problem that I had was mostly that. Oh wait, this is too loud. Just looking at the audio level. The lower. But there were some issues that I was running into. One of which was I needed some energy to charge up the rear of the ship, and I need that ship over there to be in full working order to move that, because I don't think I can lift it with that thing there. There's also a few atmospheric thrusters I still have to attach to that ship to make sure that the tilt is good. So we're gonna work on that as well. But I just wanted to. Okay, that's I don't have OCD, but that is just maddening. Okay. Sure. Like, there's just a little bit of a method to the madness I want to make, just in the meantime. Just so I can have more space to actually place things, or big ships. So that's what this is going to be. But most of the ship, I swear. English is not my first language, and sometimes it shows. Like currently there's like parts here, there's parts there, there's parts here, there's parts here. So it's a bit of a mess. I want to check real quick how many thruster components I have. none in here, it seems. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it to temporarily sacrifice an ion thruster from a big grid. Because I can't make thruster components, I believe. No, I can't. So for now, I will just have to be very careful with it. Why is my auto repair clicking? Does it not have the correct components? It misses metal grids, yeah. There's some heavy armor parts on the ship that are currently not being repaired because I don't have the metal grids for it. And I was thinking about doing that later because the potential rear of the ship is made for a large part out of heavy armor. So that's something we can use to supply our iron or our steel plate and metal grid supplies. So, working with this, I think what I want to do is build this at least high enough that I can bring like chunks like that into this area, deconstruct them here and place them in the corresponding areas. Just place some. No. Yeah, that seems to be the one. There we go. Let's make it 2. You know what? Let's make it 3. I know already where this is going. Here we go. Uh-huh. And these I have to move out of the way. Then I need some more blocks. I think the entrance to this area... Let's see, I think one more and then we should be wide enough. Because what we're gonna do is just bring some of these components already up here. This is probably gonna take the longest amount of time, just moving all the stuff up there. Just in case we ever need a part, we can just steal it from this building. Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to perhaps break down a thruster, a large circuit or an ion thruster. But I think there's a way to fix this a little bit easier. I think it's just this. Just to break it a little bit further and then repair it. That at least gets rid of the smokiness of some of these components. I'll get to this one later. This is going to be a very annoying one, I think. I'll just have to remove most of these parts and work with that. Alright, let's play some more. Well, let's play some more. Now, I did a big cliffhanger last time, and I'm very sorry for that. I saw the comment. The reason why I did the cliffhanger was because it was very late for me. I was getting tired, and I didn't feel like I was making any progress trying to get the vehicle off the ground. The Atlas, that one. So when I was moving it around, I knew just by the way it was moving that there was a piece of ice stuck somewhere. Because I've done this challenge-esque thing before, and I've had it a few times where that was the case, where the vehicle just wouldn't get out of the start location, even though I knew it had enough power to enough power to get off the ground, and it just didn't. And I knew the moment I didn't get off the ground, I knew what the problem was. And I also knew that because I did a few test checks around the base and didn't find anything, I knew that to try to find it would take so long. And because I was so tired, I was just like, well, I mean, I'll just do this next time. Just maybe off camera, etc. But so if it felt like that episode was indeed a little bit like blue-balled almost, then my apologies. It's the problem with recording, sometimes a little bit late, but you don't always have enough time to get episodes out. And I like this challenge, and I really want to get episodes out pretty much daily. So I try to record daily, but sometimes you run into time issue, which I did this time. And I still wanted to get the episode out. Mostly also because I was very excited to get the ship finally out of ice, and I got my first large atmospheric vehicle, but yeah. I should plan my things a little bit better, I guess. Also, the video was 2 hours long, almost. That was a long video. We'll decide which one we're gonna have later on for the ion thrusters. It's getting a bit busy already. The batteries on top of here. Battery. Yeah, nothing wants to get off. Alright. Worst case scenario, I just have to take over most of the blocks, but get to that.
Energy low.
Okay, I really need to install that. I kind of wanted to install it here. We'll just plug this hole for now. I just don't know where to leave the large grid stuff. We'll get to that later. At least the small grid stuff needs to get out. Okay, and then we'll move these windmills in the path of our road. Just so we can pick them up later if we are going to fix the back end of the ship that we were working on. Let's see. Let's some of this. Fire. Attached. This will be detached. Yeah, alright, there we go. These two can be a bit broken.
Energy critical.
Yeah, okay. Critical. I do like it so far. This is our almost entirely own built vehicle. And we have used it the least. Wait, is that singular guy on? Hello? Why are you on? Thought I turned everything off. Yeah, everything should be off. Alright. Weird. Yeah. I will have to put some atmospheric thrusters more on this side as well. I just don't know where to put them yet. I've not paid too much attention to this ship in the meantime, really. Let's get these components up here. Oh. I suspect that O2H2 generator has some ice in it. Yeah. I felt that. Let's put that in the O2H2 generator here. Lots of compies in my inventory. Just dump some of these out here. Did I overridden gyroscope? That's a projector. Projector block, project saved block. I really need to start working with these more. Let's see, can I even build a projector myself? No. Alright, let's keep that very clear. Stay there. Football. And there we go. Connector we can build. These are AI control modules and an air vent. What's this? It's a small conveyor sorter. Can go. Scramble block. The thing is, do we need all these components? Probably not. Is a majority of this time going to waste? Time will never go to waste if you're enjoying yourself. I'm enjoying myself, so I am not wasting my time. Could I be spending time currently on something better? Depends. If I focus mostly on what the goal is, then yes. But I think that you sometimes want to rush to things too quickly. I have that a lot, where if I don't take certain games a little bit easy, I can burn out really fast on certain games. And I think Space Engineers is one of those games that just naturally, you don't have the pressure that you have in certain other games. Like, for example, that's mostly due to my own error, but RimWorld always feels like a very uh, hands-on game. You have to pay attention at every single point of that game. There's never really a point where you can be like, well, I mean, it's maybe because I'm just not experienced in the game that much, but at least that's what I felt when I played the game. I never had the point what I have now, where I just like casually just could do something that might not be the most worth of my time, or you know, just
Inventory full.
I'm breaking gyroscope. Damn it! Like if you in RimWorld just think like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, try to do this, like build some interesting structure or something, and you get raided, and you realize that the structure was perhaps not the best when you look at it in terms of survivability or raids, then it's just like, yeah, and now my entire playthrough is fucked. But then one of my favorite RimWorld streamers, Adam vs Everything, already said that everyone should play RimWorld at their own pace. We have a lot of RimWorld Puritans that say that you can only play RimWorld on 500% difficulty at Cassandra Classic with the AI modifier completely maxed out and blah blah blah. But he said if you want to just enjoy the game without any combat, just put it on like very easy, no raids, etc etc etc. You just want to build. And then I realized as well that sometimes I still make it my own problem by trying too hard sometimes. Like trying too hard to make the game challenging for myself, that I forget that the game has to be fun. That's kind of what games are. I don't know. Made me realize that, oh yeah, maybe I should just, you know, chill out a little bit with these types of games. You have just like, oh yeah, what if I... And like, this might be a challenge run, but I've thought about, like, I've done other games where I was just like, oh, let's do a challenge run where I do this, and then, what was it good again? Conversation is monologue. It was a game. I mean, I've tried it in RuneScape, but that was not the main thing. Or was like, Iron Man is difficult, but what if you are only restricted to certain areas? But there's people that know much more about the game and enjoy that type of game play a lot more than I do, that make much better content. So it's and it was just like I tried it, and then I realized like, oh, this is gonna take hours and hours, so let's not. That's fine. Alright, if I built this now, what is the width? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just make it 9, because Space Engineers works well with uneven. Oh, this is the wrong color. This color. Problem is that I have to build one more row because the wall comes at the back side of this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And there has to be another row, and this will have the wall. Okay. Let's just make this the ion thruster wall. This will be the hydrogen monster. Oh. MES wreckage is still off. Ah, it was saving. Okay.
Energy low.
I know. That concept. Just wanted to move some stuff out of the way. Kinda wanted to move this out of the way. Have to take it over first. I don't get it. Why this thing is giving me such a hard time. It's just... This block has given me so much pain. This block is free floating. I know. Why is it not listening to me then? Okay, what about now? Shaking in its boots.
Energy critical.
There's really something about this that is very broke. Let's grab the medical station at least. Oopsie. Hmm? Too close. A little bit closer, so I won't fly everywhere when I move this thing. Oh, I am. I'm so glad I built this thing a little bit bigger with 5x5 wheels. The 3x3 wheels were so jank. And now I just have to get it over there. Okay. Okay. Kind of want to be hooked up to here. Let's install a here. Okay. Let's, for the fun of it, make it like this. I like this. That's a junction. That's the tube. Tube. Alright, that's the one. Yep. Wait till I get the components in there, and then we can build it. Alright. Now, if I can just place this corner there. Facing this way. How are we gonna do this? I have no yet. Let's see. Let's first move some blocks around so we can at least get our vehicle a little bit closer. Damn, that's heavy. Probably cannot move this really well. No, not at all. I'm not strong. Okay, let's just first place it down. Now, can we move it by hand, is the question. Otherwise I can just turn it into this and just weld block it in place. Let's see, can I? Not really. Stupid air vent. And the cannon is in the way as well. It's fine, we'll just drive the cannon out of the way. Alright. One way to turn it is to just turn the head all the way around. And turn it like this. And we should be able to turn this medical room at least 180 degrees if I can line it up perfectly. Okay. Let's move this forward. Oh, the outer lock is not. Turn a little bit more. No, other way around. We're nearly there. Let's turn the looker around again. I think if I can just hook it up to that front part here, I should be able to turn it a little bit this way. This should be doable for putting it into position. Now we get to the point. You bastard. I don't put you in park once and you try to drive away from me? You sassy bitch. Alright. Now I put it in park. You stay. Alright, let's get a weld block here. Oh, merge block, not weld block. Merge pad and a weld block. Not a weld. A merge block or a weld pad. I have to lift it up a little bit. For as much as I can without tilting. Does it just not want to attach to that spot? Will it just only attach to this spot? Why? Sure.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Look at that, I have the components to make one. It immediately starts sinking down. Let's just put it like this then, I guess. They're fairly close together. There we go. Now, if I ever need fuel or energy or whatever, I can just quickly do this. So that will make building around the base a lot easier. Let's move the batteries that were in the way first. Just get this in. We don't need that long of an arm to work with the batteries. So much mist particles. Is it the friction? Let's put all the large grid stuff a little bit together. Right here. We'll focus on that later. When we get more of the components here. Maybe when the ship, the final ship needs some components, we'll work on that as well. We have to do that step by step anyway. Go. You know, we have a lot of nickel, but we don't have a lot of cobalt, and we do need some cobalt for the metal grids. We still need to build the mining vehicle. I have neglected that, but I'm just gonna get this vehicle here out of the way. I'm good, just getting sick and tired of this one. Oh god. It's a heavy boy. Connector's full and still. Wait, is this components that should have been taken in? Oh, wait, there's no... Yeah, there's no drain on it. If I remove this connector here now, this will just all disconnect. I can put a drain on this, a conveyor sorter, or I can put a drain on this. But I can't remove this connector. Damn, alright. We'll work on that later. I just don't understand this. This thing should be loose. This thing should be loose. It's a lot wrong.
Inventory full.
This vehicle is not behaving normally. That thing is holding it on. You know, I'm just gonna remove the small hydrogen tank. Okay, that's step 1. I heard a magnet plate. Yeah. Let's detach that. It's clear that there's something wrong with this thing. I almost killed myself there. Let's at least grab this. Can I stop jumping out? Did it again. I want to press 4. You know, F4, yeah. Both starts with an F. One is the letter F. Common mistake to make. No problem. And drop. Okay, moved some of the batteries out of the way. Let's park this fella. There we go. I need some steel plates. Do we still have some, or do I need to queue up some more? We need some more. Right, let's place these last bits and bobs. I swear if it just keeps on saying access denied. No, it's a singular block. Then very, very frustrating. I'll just destroy all of these. Alright, let's make this 3. 1, 2. I'm already through all my steel plates. Well, that sure is a problem. Bag. I can still remove these. Oh, the merge block.
Inventory full.
Beep. All the energy back. Should have installed it a little bit ago, but no, I haven't been working around the base that often. That's why I waited for it a little. Alright, let's move these batteries in a little bit. Make the last 2 blocks. There we go. Need like a slope. There's a lot of ice in there. Maybe that's the reason why it was so heavy, hard to move. But it doesn't explain why the... Wait, is this thing full? No. Why was it so heavy? Why can it not be? There's nothing keeping it attached. Like a magnetic plate or something. Only really explanation that I can give. This is also what I've said about the physics engine. If this thing would just now start going fire and just destroy it here, then I would save scum. If the game screws me over.
Inventory full.
Close. If the game tries to screw me over with its physics engine, then I will screw it over. Save. Okay, sure. Oh, that's a small cargo, large grid. Let's destroy this rotor. Keep that custom turret and roller intact. This can go. Yep. To be fair, can I not build assault cannons? Yeah, I can. I don't know why I kept it intact then. I only really need this few parts here, like the small reactor. All these little hydrogen thrusters. Ooh. I'm gonna need some LCD screens or something to show where's what components. Sure, let's make gyros here. Not gonna have really a big thought process. Just thinking about like, where am I gonna put what, why. Then I was like, it's just to order, but like ordering stuff a little. Doesn't really matter. Order and enrich everything. As long as they're separated, then I'm happy. My brain can be I still don't get why. Some other factions blocks. Cannot just destroy other people's blocks and take them over. Why is this so difficult? This one shows that it is mine. Like, why not this? Can it be someone else's block if it's a singular block? Okay. Just a block of ion thrust. I don't care. Having them attached to each other gives less collisions, so it's fine. Seems to be a spotlight. Look at all these small components. Can I move this? A little bit. Not that easy. Let me destroy what I don't need. Because most of these components I don't need. Dump most of it. Lots of ion thruster. There we go. Gyroscope. Apparently as a kid, my parents were just, they noticed a very big difference between me and my brother. My brother liked to go to his friends at all times. And I had a really good fun ordering stuff. So what I would do is I had, of course, Bionicles, because I'm a bit old. Well, old. I'm an older millennial, let's just put it like that. And Legos was one of my favorite things to play with. And what I usually did is I would get Legos for my birthday, for Christmas, or Sint Nicholas, as we have it here in the Netherlands. And the fun part was that I would love to build the thing once and then take it apart and then order its parts, like put it in little boxes that you would normally use for like your tools and for your screws and everything. I used those for Lego parts, and I would just order them by size or by shape, usually by shape, because that was the most objective out of all of them, because color is just very subjective. But with the shape, you would normally just have like a little bit of an idea of what it could do. And what I would do is make something completely not what it was supposed to be. Just think like, okay, how many components of this do I have? How many components of that do I have? Right, could I make this? And I would just try to make like some massive creature, massive machine or whatever. And that's kind of how I feel like this playthrough goes as well. You go around, you get something interesting, you get like a little, almost like a reward when you're exploring. You find like some fun parts. These parts that you then get, you can just turn into something new again. I don't know. I just really get the same vibe. That's, I think, why I like this game mode so much. That was a very big rant to say, hello, yes, I am autistic and I like Legos. In a nutshell. In a very big nutshell. I don't really have OCD in the sense that it's something has to be ordered, but I do get nice chill vibes when I'm doing stuff like this. Just like, yeah, let's just get stuff in the spots where it's supposed to be between quotation marks. Nice, all these big batteries being so broken. You know, power components, the one component that I cannot really find that easy. Unless I turned that, unless I turned that mod on that I had in the beginning, the super overpowered one. Mm. Go. And I also don't really mind that it's not set up that well.
Energy low.
Ooh, now I can test out how quickly I get my energy back from the medical station. Hopefully all of it at once. Oh, just very fast. Okay, I thought it was just all at once. I think slow saving. Oh, the lag spike sure felt like it. Itchiness. Right, this goes into here. I mean, we got the large chunk of all the materials already sorted out. So far, so good. I'll just make this like the miscellaneous pile that we have to find out what we're gonna place what. These are just still the important bits that have to go on the hauler, which I still haven't done because I'm a lazy bum. That's not a programmable block. Ion thruster. Antennae. Or antennae. Right, I never thought I would do a kickflip of a antenna. That's a new one for me. Hmm? We'll take more of these components apart later. But at least we have a beginning. How many steel plates do I have? Only 15. And let's drop my components off and get some more steel plates. Go. Let's at least place the second layer of this. Mm-hmm. I just have to think about what to do with the roof. Mm. Yeah, let's do this with these. We just need the inverted one from this as well. Oh, I placed this one wrong. Or I placed these two wrong. Stripe at the bottom. This one doesn't have the stripe at the bottom. I played these three wrong. Wow. Ow. You bastard bitch. Okay, where's the blank? There it is. Stripe at the bottom. Stripe at the bottom. Okay, let's... This one goes here. It's here. Same for this. Oop. Correct. Swing. Hello? Okay. Unknown signal. Sure, let's go for that. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll roll the level 3 tool chance. Let's check. It's the one with the hydrogen thruster. Let's just first deactivate it. We can reach it. The rainbow grinder. Oh, okay, tier 1. Sure. That was one way to get rid of it. Can't wait to get that ship in working order. Well, I mean, it's literally the end goal of this playthrough, so should, you know, be a little bit more patient. Okay. And third, nope, there we go. Okay. Do I have enough steel plates for this? I should. And now I just have to think about which panel to place here. Should be this one. Looks like it. Check. Yeah, appears to be correct. Right. Now I need the second one. There we go. Yes. This structure reminds me so much of one of the bases that I made in Satisfactory. I also have to put some lights on this later. No, I'm gonna do what I was thinking about. Damn it. Doesn't matter. Oh my god, I don't know why it does that constantly. Oh my fucking god. It's only slightly annoying, but we're almost done. Knowing this game, there's probably a hotkey that I can hold. And I hold that hotkey, that problem will go away. But this game has a very big incentive to not tell you everything that's going on. Really? Okay. Look at this little shed. Little wooden shed on a planet with no trees. Don't worry, that's not immersion breaking. Let's make this last bit. Hmm? Where is it? Not this one. Is it this one? It was. Oh, sorry. Sneeze. Ugh. There we go. Don't wanna blow up your ears. I don't think I would get likes on the video if I blew up the ears of my listeners. Now the question is, what type of lights am I getting? I could use light panels. Corner lights. I think the inset lights might already be good. What's with this?
Energy low.
Oh no, would be bad if I didn't have a medical station. Okay, let's place some lights and then we'll change all of them. Just place them more to the sides. One there. There. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 blocks in between. Two, 3. One, two, 3. 2. Okay. warehouse. Let's wait, let me remove. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's try it on this one. No. Okay. Go. I can call them by number as well. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the music stopped. Recording for an hour and 15 minutes. Then we're getting close to the end of this episode. Ooh. Five. Six. 7. 8. All right. Warehouse. Warehouse. Lights. Mm-hmm. What? I need an interior plate. We can also put this in there, we can put that in there, this and that, and this and that, and this. Right. Click to recharge every stuff. Thank you. Okay. See what button panels do we see? Ooh, I love this one. It's the same, but it just looks more sleek. Okay. Groups. Warehouse. Toggle block on or off. And if I now press this button. Yes. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set these lights and we're gonna offset them down. So let's grab these lights. We're gonna make them hued a little bit blue. I like the color. We've worked so far with R180. Radius is gonna go up quite a bit. And let's see how that looks. A little bit more blue. Okay. Then warehouse lights. We're gonna offset it. it show as if the light source is on the ground. Don't dislike this. Maybe it looks a little bit better if the radius is a little bit bigger. Okay. Much better. Alright. This is the pile of has to be determined. We'll get to that later. But for now, we at least made a little area where we can store our materials. Small grid. Working a ramp next time. No, let's just build. I don't have any steel plates anymore. Let's just do this last bit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Screw it. Okay. Now what we need to do is give all these parts, you know, a location. We'll work on that later. Next episode, I'm going to pay a lot more attention to the ship that we're going to work on. So the next episode, I'm really going to try to focus on the potential rear of the ship. We're going to try to bring that Colossus over there. We're going to try to pick up parts. So far, I've noticed that even with one missing, this vehicle produces so much torque, so much lift force, and it has no problem moving stuff around. So this ship by itself is easy to maneuver. I don't know how well it will do when I move other parts. We'll work on that next time. Oh. So yeah, I'm already yawning. So at least this video was mostly just working around the base a little bit, making things a little bit better, waiting for this ship to be finished repairing. There's only some heavy armor parts that are just not fully repaired right now, which is not a problem. Next time we'll go right over there, potential rear of the ship. We'll cut off the ship in half like we said last time. How are we gonna do it? Okay, something exploded on the mountain there. It was probably one of those little caches. But at least what we're gonna do is focus on that ship and hopefully get that part back to our ship over there in the distance. And who knows? Oh, we have to repair it first at the base, so I have to find a place where I can repair it, which is also one of the reasons why I was cleaning up over in that end. But we'll work on that next time. We'll drive over there, bring those two windmills with me, and we'll see if we can get some power back into it before we're gonna move it. And hopefully when I install the large hydrogen the large hydrogen thruster, it can actually fly on its own. But one thing I might do is merge block it together to this ship and then fly both parts together. However, we're gonna do that in the next episode. If you've watched all the way to the end, then thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. And have a lovely day. Goodbye.